You are being prepared for something greater. Be silent to hear the call. Asterisk. Maybe you feel stuck, as if your life is on pause, as if everyone around you is moving forward, and you're just standing still, as if something is holding you back, as if your prayers are not being heard. But what you might not have realized yet is that you're being shaped in silence, in the dark, in the unseen. You're being prepared for something far greater than what you ever dreamed of. Asterisk. Chosen souls go through a period of absolute silence. Nothing happens, no one shows up, no doors open. And yet, inside of you, something says, keep going. It's as if the universe is whispering softly, don't stop, even if you can't see the path ahead, just keep going. Asterisk. It's in that place, where the world seems to have forgotten about you, that God begins his deepest work, because the purpose he has for your life cannot be built on shallow ground. First, he digs deep. He removes ego, pride, wrong expectations. He takes people away, cuts out addictions, destroys illusions, breaks you down to rebuild you. And it's in this process that the soul awakens. Asterisk. You feel loneliness, emptiness, doubt. But at the same time, you feel an invisible call. You know there's something beyond this. Something big is coming. But to receive the new, you must first let go of the old. And that letting go hurts. Because letting go of what no longer serves you is scary, even when we know something is harmful. The ego still wants control. Asterisk. But here's a secret. The greatest masters in history went through the desert before fulfilling their mission. Jesus spent 40 days in the wilderness. Buddha sat under the fig tree in silence for weeks. Moses was called by a burning bush alone. The call doesn't come in the noise. It comes in the silence. Asterisk. And that's why you feel this emptiness. You're being called to silence. Because the noise of the world drowns out the voice of your soul. When everything goes quiet around you, you start to truly hear. You start to feel. You begin to notice what was once invisible. Asterisk. This preparation is spiritual. It's not about doing more, running more, achieving more. It's about remembering who you are. It's about aligning your frequency with what you were born to be. It's about becoming a vessel for the divine, an instrument of something much greater than your mind can understand. Asterisk. But before carrying the mission, you need inner structure. God never gives a great purpose to someone unprepared, because the weight of a high calling can crush someone who is not yet strong inside. That's why he prepares, he trains, he tests, he heals. Asterisk. Maybe you're in that process now, confused, afraid, but at the same time feeling that something big is coming. And it is. But before that, you'll have to go through your own desert. You'll have to face the voices of doubt, anxiety, fear, and self-sabotage. And you'll have to learn to silence them. Asterisk. You don't need to fight. You need to trust. The control is in the hands of something much greater. When you surrender to the process, when you accept the silence as part of the journey, when you understand that pain also teaches ... then you begin to transform. Asterisk. The butterfly doesn't fly without first going through the darkness of the cocoon, and neither will you. This phase that seems like stagnation is actually your cocoon, and inside it silently your soul is being aligned. Every cell of yours is preparing to carry light. Asterisk. You are being polished, and precious stones only shine after being refined. Don't rush. Don't skip steps. Every pain has a reason. Every absence has a purpose. Every silence is teaching you something words cannot. Asterisk. Breathe, trust, and listen. In the silence, the call will become clearer. You are being prepared for something greater. Be silent to hear the call. Asterisk. You are not being punished. You are being purified. You are not being forgotten. You are being hidden ... For now. God keeps what he loves most in silence. It is in silence that seeds germinate, that miracles happen, that destinies are revealed. Asterisk. The modern world fears silence. Everything is rush, noise, distraction. But silence is the language of the soul. It is where you rediscover your essence. It is where your connection with the divine deepens. So don't resist this phase. Embrace it. Asterisk. All true transformation begins in the invisible. A tree doesn't sprout unless its roots are firm. And maybe that's exactly what's happening to you now. Your roots are being strengthened. You can't see it, but you are being prepared to grow toward the sky. Asterisk. The call will require courage. Because you'll have to leave behind a version with yourself that no longer serves you. You'll have to let go of relationships, habits, thoughts, and places. Everything that's not aligned with your new frequency will be removed. And the more you resist, the more it will hurt. Asterisk. But if you trust ... you'll understand that every loss is liberation. Every goodbye makes space for something new, and the new is always lighter, more truthful, more aligned with your purpose. Asterisk. You are being called to align with your essence, to awaken your mission. To remember that you didn't come here just to survive. You came to serve, to transform, to heal, to love with purpose. Asterisk. But it all starts within. The revolution you want to see in the world must begin in you. It's in the silence of the soul that you find your answers. That's where the instructions arrive. Where the light is ignited. Asterisk. You are not like the others. You are one of the chosen ones. and the chosen walk paths others could not endure. You are stronger than you think. You have more faith than you feel, more light than you can see right now. Asterisk, but to awaken all of this, you must trust. You must surrender to the process. The cocoon is not a prison, it is protection. The pause is not failure, it is preparation. The silence is not absence, it is a seed. Asterisk, while nothing seems to be happening on the outside, everything is happening inside. Your spirit is being strengthened, your mind healed, your intuition recalibrated, and when the time is right, everything will make sense. Asterisk, you'll look back and understand it was necessary to go through all of that. The silence, the pain, the doubt, because without it, you wouldn't be ready to carry the purpose entrusted to you. Asterisk, and when that moment arrives, you won't need to force anything. Doors will open naturally. The right people will show up. Opportunities will find you, because those who carry truth attract destiny. Asterisk, but for now, stay in silence. Meditate, pray, listen to your soul, take care of your body, honor your inner temple. This is the time to become who you were born to be. Asterisk, don't compare yourself. Don't blame yourself, don't rush. You are exactly where you're meant to be, and what's yours will find you at the right time, in the right way. Asterisk, close your eyes now, and take a deep breath. Asterisk, feel the presence surrounding you. Feel the strength pulsing in your chest. Feel the call. Asterisk, it's telling you, be silent. You are being prepared for something greater. Asterisk, asterisk, motivation you need, where your awareness expands and your soul finds direction. You are being prepared for something greater. Be silent to hear the call. Asterisk, it is precisely in the silence that the greatest miracles unfold. When you quiet the noise of the world, you begin to hear the melody of your soul. The signs of the universe, once drowned by the voices of doubt and the rush of life, start to become clear. Your intuition becomes sharper. The answers you once searched for outside start rising from within, because silence is not the absence of something, it is the presence of everything that truly matters. It is the presence of the sacred asterisk. So when everything feels too loud, don't run, withdraw, disappear. Disconnect from the external to reconnect with the internal. There's a silent call echoing through the universe, a call for you to return to your essence, your purpose, your true power. Solitude, when embraced fully, is not abandonment, it is rebirth. In solitude, the seed of your new life germinates, far from public eyes, protected from the storms of exposure. Asterisk, the ancient sages knew this. That's why they would retreat to deserts, mountains, forests. They weren't trying to escape the world, they were transcending it. And you, in your own way, in your own time, can live this sacred isolation too. You can step back to grow stronger. You can disappear to be reborn. Not to return as who you once were, but as someone aligned with your soul's purpose and your spirit's truth. Asterisk, modern life tries to convince us that always being visible, active, and available is a sign of success. But real strength lies in knowing when to retreat, in knowing the power of silence, in recognizing that some cycles demand pause, inward reflection, and healing. When you hear that call and honor it, you don't just transform your life, you become a light that shows others the way. Because after the silence, your light shines brighter, purer, more healing. Asterisk, and when you return, you are no longer the same. You feel it. Others see it. There is a peace in your gaze, a strength in your voice, a certainty in your steps. You no longer need to prove anything to anyone, you simply are. You become a mirror of the divine, a reflection of truth. And it all began the moment you answered the call of silence. Asterisk, that moment when you chose to turn inward instead of escaping outward. That sacred choice to stop, to breathe, to listen, that was the seed. And from it, everything will bloom. Asterisk, you may still feel doubt sometimes. That's okay. You may still stumble. That's part of the path. But now something inside you knows. Something deep and unshakable has awakened. Asterisk, you were never lost. You were being found. You were never broken. You were being reassembled from the soul outward. Asterisk, so if you are still in silence, stay. If you are still in solitude, honor it. You are in the chrysalis, and what emerges from it will carry the wings of truth. You are being prepared for something greater. Be silent to hear the call. Asterisk, that call is still echoing. It's not in a rush, but it is persistent. It invites you, again and again, to dive within, to leave behind the masks, the roles, the noise. And the more you answer, the more you find yourself. And the more you find yourself, the more you become free. Silence is the gateway to freedom, to healing, to the expansion of consciousness. Asterisk, even if no one understands, even if they judge you, call you strange, cold, or distant, keep going, because this path is not for everyone. It's for the awakened ones, for those who hear what is not said, who feel what is not seen, and who respond to a call that only the soul can recognize. This journey is not about being understood, it's about being true, it's about being whole. Asterisk, you are not alone. There is a legion of awakened souls going through the same process in silence, each in their own time, each in their own rhythm, but all united by the same vibration, the return to the sacred, to what is pure, to what is eternal. And in this reunion with yourself, you discover that your true home is not a physical place, it's a state of being, it is inner peace. is divine connection. Asterisk. So if you are going through a time of withdrawal, honor it. If you are feeling the call to disappear from the world for a while, listen to it. Do not force yourself to be where your soul does not want to be. Respect your timing, your healing, your sacred passage. Silence is a compassionate and deep teacher. It teaches you through presence. It heals you without words. It prepares you for the new. Asterisk. And when you are ready to return, you will know, you will feel it, and you will not come back as someone returning to the same place. You will return with a new perspective, a new heart, a new vibration. Because those who walk through sacred silence are never the same again. And that is a blessing. That is rebirth. That is liberation. This is your time to expand, to align, to awaken. You are being prepared for something greater. And that preparation requires you to become more of yourself than you've ever been. Asterisk. So breathe, pause, embrace the silence. Asterisk. And remember, motivation you need, where your awareness expands and your soul finds direction. Now that you've awakened to this truth, you must watch the next video. Your soul needs it. It will guide your next steps. Do not ignore this call.